Ah, the trampoline. I told all of you yesterday that I was going to give you a tour of our property here in Texas. So that's what we're going to do today. But before that, I wanted to preface this by saying that I want these videos to be the highest quality, the most entertaining, the best that they can possibly be with my personal skill set. And one of the areas that I've seen these videos lacking is in the B-roll. Now, if you don't know what B-roll is, that is all the stuff between myself talking. It's usually with me, it's been time lapses or walking or some things that are kind of interesting, but they're not spectacular. And so I have been really studying for the past couple of weeks on how to improve that. And today is gonna be kind of my debut day for B-roll. I've been binge watching people like Peter McKinnon and other YouTubers and watching some like cinematography tutorials, things like that, to try and make the video, the B-roll, a little bit more cinematic. I'm gonna try and amp it up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I don't have all the great cameras that some of those guys do. I don't have the great editing software or computers or anything like that. I do most of the editing on my phone with a program called LumaFusion, which doesn't like slow motion, so it makes it a little bit difficult, but we're gonna try today. So let's get started on this tour. This is the house where I grew up. We're gonna start with the property because I think I can get some cooler B-roll shots of like the grass. Nobody's been here in 4 months, so it's all really overgrown. So let me just show you around the outside property first. We have about 4 acres here right on the lake. I'll show you out here and then we'll come look at some of the other stuff as well. This is the hill. This is where, whenever I was younger, we would always come. It bends right around to the gate where we come in and go out. It's a fairly long driveway, but this hill here, right here, is one of the main places that we would play when I was a kid with my sister, and whenever I had friends over, we would skate and go-kart and all that stuff down this hill around the bend here. Right now, it's spider season. So you can see there are spider webs all over these trees, and there are like millions of spiders that are born and run around this property during this time of year. So much for the dramatic opening. The whole thing is like frozen shut after not being open for so long, but this is the barn. Let's look inside. Come on. This is the barn. This is my sister's bike. This used to be full of junk, but since my parents moved to Panama and have been planning to sell it, they moved everything out the last time that I was here. Did that look cinematic? I didn't mean for the chains to fall off. I was just grabbing them to see if, I don't know why I grabbed them. I just did and they fell off. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't want to miss any of these awesome videos, don't forget to click the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, the bell button so that you get the notifications. Let me know what you're doing today. I'm always interested in hearing about you guys and what's going on. Any comments are appreciated. Let's check out some more stuff. This is the field. That's what we call it anyway. Right now, it's totally overgrown and probably full of snakes and frogs and all kinds of other creepy crawlies. But when I was growing up, we had 4 horses back there. We boarded some horses. It's been a long time, been many, many years, but there are a lot of memories back there. Whenever we used to play paintball out here, this used to be one of the places to go hide because we had a little pond that had some little hills or ridges, I guess you could say. So people would go lay down in those ridges and wait to ambush people as they walked by. I'm not gonna go out into the field because I don't want to get swarmed with evil, creepy crawlies, but this is what it looks like in cinematic view. Does anyone know what these things are? Let me know in the comments. I have never seen these before. is the gate. It may just look like an ordinary gate, but we have spent many dozens of hours just like this, just leaning on this gate. At night we would come out here because this is such a great spot to look up at the stars, and this is where we'd meet friends. This is where the mailman comes, and since we live way out here in the country, mail is something that we look forward to, especially for my wife and I. And over the past couple years we've been running an eBay store out here, so since it's so rural, we always wait for our packages. And people, it's been a lot more recently. When I was a kid, you didn't really have people walking around out here, but recently there's been a lot more. So if you have like a precious package coming through, you kind of hang out here when you know the mail is going to come so that you can grab it as soon as it gets here. This is the mailbox, which I believe my sister painted, which is why it looks so cool and artsy, because she's very cool and artsy, and I'm not. I didn't do this. Behind me is the road, which I usually walk on with my wife every day for like 3 miles whenever we get a chance. We haven't done it because we just got back, but you will definitely be seeing some of the road in the next few days before I head to Pennsylvania. This is the other side of the road. It goes straight into the deep dark forest, which is where we often go walking. It goes straight to the lake. We kind of avoid it now because people go out there and shoot guns and make drugs and do drugs out there, and all kinds of people go sleep out there. So we kind of avoid it now. Whenever I was younger, it was a place we used to go play paintball and go run around and have fun. It was totally safe. But these days, you know, things don't stay safe. Unfortunately, neither does the deep dark forest. Welcome to the forest inside the gate. This is all around the main house and part of the deep dark scary forest, but this is actually inside our gate, so this is our part of the forest which people can't come in on. And we still don't go very far into it because there's lots of snakes and scorpions and other scary things out here, but I'll show you a little bit. It's spider season, but it's also wasp season, and there's a lot of wasps flying around in here, so I don't want to go too deep into this. This forest is also like, we had major paintball wars. It was really awesome. This tree right behind me, let me show you. That tree right there, I had an especially epic win at that tree one time because it was a bit more overgrown, and people came walking down this path that I'm on right now, walked right by me, jumped out from behind the tree, and haha, took them all out, won the game. It was awesome. Epic open! This is my mom's barn. She doesn't really use it very much, so there isn't really anything to show you. Ah, the trampoline. So many memories of this thing. It is so old. It's been here since I was a child. We've fallen off of this thing, broken springs on this thing, sat out here and looked at the stars. It's an amazing thing. Everyone should have a trampoline like this. Every child. If your children don't have a trampoline like this, get them a trampoline. They're not that expensive. And they're amazing, and they're exercise, and they're fun. I love trampolines. This is where the pool used to be. I don't know where it is. Beyond this gate is the lake. It's like a 30-second walk, but it's been locked up and I don't think I can get out. But we're gonna try, so I can at least show you a little bit. I love the lake. Whenever I was a teenager, I was homeschooled. Never went to public school. Oh, there's a giant spider web. Never went to public school. And so I used to come down here, I would say almost every day, at least several times a week. I would come down here and I would go fishing. Fishing was one of my best hobbies, one of my favorite hobbies. I have not done it in many, many years now. Unfortunately, I think the last time I fished was like 2 years ago. But it's still so awesome to come down here and just walk around. But now there's so many people who come out here who kind of discovered this little lake, or this part of the lake, that you never know who you're gonna run into. One time we came out to this lake, I had left a chair for fishing. I came back the next day and somebody had obliterated to pieces with a shotgun. For those of you who were wondering why Carmi is carrying a broom, it is not to sweep out here. She believes that it will somehow defend her from snakes and other creepy crawlies. I asked her what her plan is if we do get attacked by a pack of coyotes or whatever, which there are out here, and she said her plan is to throw the broom at them and run away. What is that? It's a tent, the top of a tent, and half a corn cob. That's Texas for you. That is a tiny frog, guys. Come on, little frog. Wait, let me just, I want to show the people. Come back. Come back. Wait, I'm getting closer. You guys see him? Little tiny frog. Oh, buddy. Getting tired? There he is. All right, run free, buddy. I mean, come on, right? If you lived out here, you'd be out here every day too. It's awesome. Sad my parents are selling it. We're only gonna be here for a week before we go to Pennsylvania. And by then, by the time we get back from Pennsylvania, in a few months, this place will probably be sold. So this might be the last time I get to come out here, other than coming out here to move our stuff out if it sells before we can move everything out. Look at these paw prints, guys. Now, I'm not a hunter, even though I grew up here, but look how, whatever animal this was, whatever kind of dog, it was heavy for sure. Of course, you can see how deep these are. I mean, look how deep that is. But on top, but look how the paws are like right together, like they were tied together or something. Are there any hunters who happen to stumble onto this video who has a theory on why they look like that? This is the main house. It may not look super fancy right now, but let me tell you something, in its heyday, it was amazing. This is the house. Don't be shy. Come on in. You see this, the countertop? My sister and my mother did this, and they painted each one of these tiles, laid them themselves, and it's been here for several years. But you can see how unique and cool this is. Well, that's it. There isn't really much else to show. This is a pretty small house here. The land has a lot more to show, which you've already seen. So I hope you've enjoyed this little background sneak peek of my house where I grew up, this little tour that we've had. And also don't forget to subscribe. If you want to keep seeing these videos that we're doing, make sure you click the bell button. Otherwise you won't get a notification every single time I upload one of these amazing videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you next time.